I'm not a huge fan of the ranks within the police.
The English and the Australians prefer colonel.
Yes.
In paragraph 12 of your statement, you seem to be suggesting that what Advocate Johnson did amounts to interference with investigation and defeating the ends of justice. What is it about her conduct constitutes, according to you, interference with investigation and defeating the ends of justice?
Well, there's Commissioners, there's more than two issues, but the ones that comes to mind is the fact that she would warn a suspect before the time of, and provide the statement before that person is entitled to the statement, the suspect is entitled. And as a prosecutor, she must know that. The second thing is calling the witnesses and calling me in and calling Bateman. That to me is another huge red flag, because she is, as far as I'm concerned, an implicated person. She did not deny that she was duped by Khan. She did not say that had I known this was the issue. So that never happened. So as far as I'm concerned, when I was in there and that happened, that is why I'm saying this, that it was done deliberately. There's more than two things. It's also the effect of a call from someone of her stature to a witness saying to him, I'm giving you a heads up, the Hawks is going to come and talk to you. That to me is also not on. And then the second thing is to imply you don't have anything to worry about. You know, it's sort of trying to comfort the guy. But why make the call in the first place? Because you're telling him, actually, you know, you've got something to worry about. So make sure that you say the right thing. That is my inference from the situation itself. Because we don't do things like this when we investigate matters. As an investigating officer, I don't do things like this. So I expect more from a prosecutor when it comes to this kind of action.
And then the documents that she would have obtained from Mr. Bateman, I understand that Mr. Bateman at the time was a journalist?
That is correct.
So is it not fair then to say the documents or the docket or its contents were already in the public domain because the journalist already was in possession of them? Even the journalist himself could have given them to General Khan.
I understand the question, but but the docket or the information in the docket is not supposed to be in the public domain. It got there in an unsanctioned format, because if you look at it, Mr. Bateman was not entitled to the documents. So it's not part of the public domain. The public domain comes when you go to court and the documents are handed up. Then it is public domain. But at that point in time, it's not in the public domain. The fact that you have a source who gave you the documents does not make it in the public domain, not as far as I'm concerned when it comes to a reporter. You can't circumvent the process just because the source gave you the information.
So in short, you say even Mr. Bateman was not properly in possession of the docket, and Ms. Johnson should have known that when she received it from him, and she should not have shared it with the with the suspect in the assault complaint.
That is correct, Commissioners. And I think what takes it further for me is the fact that she requested that private emails being used, because it was done on her Gmail account. She asked the Colonel to go to her Gmail account, and she also asked the Colonel to delete the emails when it was done. So those things, if it was an above board conversation, you would use your NPA email account. You would request the documents, because you are actually entitled to request documents in her position. But if you want to put a layer between yourself and a request. That is when you go off the grid and you do it that way. She had access to her official email. She did not have to use her Gmail address and did not have to ask the witness to destroy or to delete the emails. So those are the things that is what made it to, that is what informed me of what she did, and in terms of this specific issue.
Thank you.
On the face of it, subject to an explanation by Advocate Johnson, there appears to be impropriety. Just making a comment.
That is correct, Commissioner. There appears to be, and I think to me, and once again, it's my opinion. Once again, if there wasn't any impropriety, she would have told me on the 7th. She would have volunteered information saying that I was duped. It might not look good, but it is an explanation, and we could have actually gone after General Khan because what she is allegedly guilty of, he is also allegedly guilty of, because he sourced the documents from her.
Thank you.